I wanted to talk about meltdowns in autism. Obviously, for autistic people, it can be completely different, but there are different signs. There are different things you can spot to know that it might be happening. Um, and there's some simple questions, but that you can kind of tick list off to help. But they can tend to be triggered when you have social issues. So if it's like sensory processing, so if the lights are too bright, if the sounds are too loud, then trying to focus on other things at once create an overflow, and you struggle to actually achieve any of them. It can be that they all slow down, which is why you can have someone stand stock still, stop verbally, cover their ears, cover their eyes, run away. It's because nothing is hitting the front to focus on. It's all the different things all whizzing round at once, and it's like we can't grab hold of any of them because everything is too much to be able to grab one singular thing. Um, an easy way to know if it's happening is looking at, is the person in control? As in, are we in an environment that is calm and peaceful, that we can manipulate if we need to, as in turn down the lights, the sound, the input that's going in? Um, is the person looking distressed? That's quite an easy one to detect, whether it's through angry sounds, stim sounds, movements, hand shaking. It can be all sorts of different things to kind of communicate that overload has hit and voice can't come into this right now. Um, and am I, as in the person having the meltdown, are they taking care of themselves? As in, are they hitting themselves? Are they hitting their head against a wall or a floor, or hitting their heads, or are they running out onto roads? These are all very simple signs that odds on it's a meltdown. Um, and it isn't just in babies and children, it is very much still part of autism in an adult. Um, once you've One of the things that comes in is people think it's manipulation, um, and it really isn't. I run my own life. I have no reason to manipulate anybody. Um, but when my children are asking me different questions and it's bright and I'm trying to drive or I'm trying to cook, or they will see by the way I flick my hands around that I can't take on board anything else at the moment if they want their dinner achieved. Um, so they know just to step back and not talk, and go off and do their thing and come back in 10 minutes or so when I've got what I'm doing under control. And that can be enough. Sometimes it's needing to go and have some space in a dark room or a quiet room, or the same corner or something to fiddle with. Um, but where the misconception that it can be done with trying to get what we want out of it, like a tantrum, I suppose, the easy way to detect the difference between a tantrum and a meltdown is if you give an autistic person quiet and peace and something to fiddle with, they'll calm down. And if this was about manipulation, that wouldn't work. They'd still be focusing on what they needed. Um, but they tend to calm down more in that environment so that they can then communicate more calmly. So those are both kind of different ways of different things, but predominantly with every autistic person I've ever been around, quiet is the first thing, really. Um, Peace, not questioning them. That just makes it worse. Um, but yeah, just to create a safe, peaceful space with time out, to just reduce the information that's coming in, whether it's, like I say, visually, audible, um, or maybe they've just got too many other things in their head at the same time. But it's not a nice experience for the person having it, and it can be incredibly tiring for them as much as it might be to witness.